Here with reaction to today's busy news day, Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator Blackburn, I think many people have questions tonight about the Panama Canal, about Greenland, about President Trump issuing warnings about tariffs to comply or incentivize other countries' behaviors. As a sitting United States Senator, walk us through how this all works and why it's important.
Kellyanne, the American people have given President Trump a mandate. They are tired of our nation not putting Americans first. And we have seen the Biden administration have an America Last policy. So when it comes to dealing with the Panama Canal and making certain that China is not being advantaged in this and America disadvantaged, of course, let's put this issue on the table and talk about it. When you talk about securing our nation, that is where Greenland comes into the conversation, and being strategic and how we're going to keep this nation safe. That is what Americans want to see. They want to see departments that are going to be run by people who are going to treat everyone by the same rule of law. And they're going to have equal access, equal treatment, equal justice. So President Trump has a mandate. It is going to be up to the U.S. House and the U.S. Senate, both in Republican control, to make certain that we take action, that we support President Trump, and that we get things done for the American people.
Senator Blackburn, you serve on the Senate Judiciary Committee. You have distinguished yourself there as a member again and again, most famously asking a woman, Ketanji Brown Jackson, what a woman is. She told you she's not a biologist, can't answer. She now sits on the Supreme Court. But I want to talk a little bit about what President Biden did today. Mass murderers, child rapists and murderers, commuting their sentences from death penalty to life without parole. What say you?
It is disgusting that he has done this. Kellyanne, what we have seen, this is an administration that has worked overtime. They are the record holder in trying to make illegal acts legal. Look at our southern border and what has happened there. Look at the inequity in all of these departments with 2 tiers of treatment, 2 tiers of access. What he did in commuting these sentences to life without parole, it shows a disrespect for the rule of law, for judges, for juries, and a profound disregard for the parents and the loved ones of these individuals that were killed by these murderers. And you have to think about those families. Here it is at Christmas. They don't have someone that they can send a letter to or make a phone call to. That person is gone because these criminals chose to take the action that they took and took those lives and killed and harmed and destroyed the lives of others around these. Now, I think it is so very interesting that Joe Biden, in order to obstruct this the Trump administration and to keep them from following the law, that they went out and went forward with these commutations and moved it to life without parole, rather than having these individuals have the death sentence carried out on them after they have killed policemen, service members, children, raping, torturing, and killing children, stabbing children. Kellyanne, this shows you that Joe Biden has no regard for the rule of law and that there is such animosity in the Biden administration that toward Donald Trump that they will obstruct and keep him from carrying out the will of the American people.
It's so true. Senator Marsha Blackburn, an amazing patriot and public servant. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Merry Christmas to you.